Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you how to use the Familysearch search engine on the Familysearch app. How many times can I say search in a sentence? So first off, you're going to have to get the Familysearch app. So go to your Play Store or your App Store or whatever it's called in iPhone world and look up Familysearch. And it should pull up the Familysearch tree or the Familysearch memory app. You'll want the Familysearch tree. And I know I need to update mine, but I'm not going to right now because I gotta do a video. So you'd have to hit install and install yours. In my case, I have to update, but I'm not going to. So I'm here on my LDS page, and the little white icon that says Family Tree is actually the Familysearch app. You'll want to click that and log into your Familysearch account, and then it should pull up your pedigree. So this is my pedigree. Sorry for all the blurs. I've got to keep my private life private, or my family life private. So please work with me. So we're not going to really need the tree for the search engine. So we're going to actually hit the three little line icon in the top left corner. And it's going to pull up extra things you can do here on Familysearch. There's an Ancestors with Task, Reserve Ordinances, Search Historical Records, Relatives Around Me. I haven't ever played with that one. I should totally play with that one. And Messages. So we're going to need this Search Historical Records, and it should pull up the Familysearch search engine. And this is where we're going to be able to find all the historical records that are indexed here on Familysearch. So just like on Familysearch, when you use their search engine, you just type in the same information, the person's first name, last name, birth, marriage, residency, death, spouse, parents, anything that you know you can put in. But it's also a double-edged sword. So the more information you have, the less sources that it can pull up. But the less you put in here on the search engine, the more sources that it can pull up, and the less likely it can be your ancestor. So I always start off with a lot and then kind of wean it down to very little information and see what it pulls up, because sometimes just putting in a name in can find a bunch of records that you didn't even know existed for your ancestor. So we're going to search a John Campbell, and let me hurry and put all his information in, and I'll bring you guys all back. Okay, now that I have filled out John's information, I'll kind of show you guys how this all works. It's pretty much the same as online. You just fill out birth, place, birth year. If you don't know it or you don't want to see it, you just click birth, it closes, you can click birth again, and it pulls it up. Same with death. I just clicked on death and it brought it up. I don't know the place. Same with spouse, parents, other people. Or if you want to restrict what you're looking for and do like a location or a type of batch you want to do, you just click on it. It pulls it up, you fill it out, or you can click on it and collapse it and not have that information. So yeah, I try to fill out quite a bit about John so that hopefully we can find records that relate to him. So I guess now let's search. So I'm going to hit the search button. And it's going to search, so let's give it a minute. Okay, that was a quick minute. So what it's doing is the same thing as it would do on the familysearch.org, which is pulling up the most likely thing at the top, and then as you go further down, things that are less likely to be what you filled in. If you want to edit your search, delete some of the information or add more information, you just click up here where it says refine your search. You click anywhere on that bar and it should bring it up. Then you just click on marriage, put in marriage information, delete marriage information, just add or change whatever you want. And then you can scroll down and hit update. This is also the same spot where you can reset if you want to look for somebody else. You could hit reset here, but I'm just going to click update. So it has now updated, but it's not going to collapse any of this, so you could just scroll back up and hit the arrow and it will collapse all that and then show you just the record hints. Otherwise it would have everything before. See, look, I'll show you. I'll have everything and then you'll just scroll down. But I like things collapse, so I'm going to scroll up, hit the collapse, and then look at these records. So, first one is a John Campbell, Ireland civil registration. Oh my gosh, if I can get that out. So I have scrolled through and looked through records, and this top record that's purple because I looked at it is actually by John Campbell. So I'm gonna click on it. And it should pull up, it pulls up the index version of the record. In this case, it's birth and death records. It's actually his death record, but yeah. So, his name, his wife's name, his son's name. And then we can just scroll through and look at the death and everything. And then down here at the bottom is a picture of the death certificate, which once again we can click on it just like on Familysearch.org and it should pull up the image of the record. 2 finger scrolling or zoom in so we can look at the record. Scroll out. If you don't want to look at the record anymore, you can actually go back to hit the X and go back to the index thing. Yep, there we go. Go back to the index. And then you can just keep scrolling. I can already tell that this record has been connected to my tree because up here at the top above the little white box, or the big white box, says review attachments, and we can click on there and see how it's attached to our tree. Well, it should be already attached. So we can see that it's attached to John Campbell, his wife, and his son, and somebody else. I'm guessing that's his son's wife. Because they are green, and they already show the little paper clip on a piece of paper, showing that it has been attached to their page. So, now we'll hit the back arrow, go back, and we'll go look for a search results and go look for another document that we can attach, and I can show you how attaching works. So this third record down that says John Campbell, father of the groom, that one actually is my John Campbell. I've checked, so once again we can click on it. It should pull up the index version of the source. Yep, there it is. So once again, we can just scroll down and look at all the information and see if we like it or agree with it. There's like the picture, so we can click on it and look at the picture. Just check all the indexed information. That's what you're interested in. Unlike the last document we looked at, this one above the white box has a blue bar that says attached to family tree. So this is how I know that this record is not attached to my family tree, and I can go ahead and attach it. So I'll just click on the blue bar, attach to family tree, and it should pull up the source. So just like on Familysearch.org, attaching a source to a person is pretty much the exact same thing. On the right hand side is what you have on your tree, and on the left hand side is what is indexed or typed online of the source. In this case, it's a marriage record for his son. And if you want to look at other people, you could just scroll down and click the little paper clip and it should pull up more information about that person, and if it's a record you want to connect. Looking at this record, I can see that they have his middle name spelt wrong on the index version, and they also have a birth saying 1875, which is actually pretty similar because he was born late 1874. So I'm pretty sure just by his name and his parents' name that this is the relative. So we're going to put reason for attaching. So my reason for attaching the source is similar name, date, and places. They're actually pretty dang close. Things happen in the world where dates and names aren't ever exactly correct, but you just have to take some leniency, a bit of leniency when looking at sources, because not everything's going to be exact. We're humans, we make mistakes, it happens, so please have patience. And then I wanted people to know about his marriage, so now I just hit attach, and it should be attached to him. Then I can go up to his mom, click the paperclip. Oh my gosh, they really messed up on her name. Actually, it's not that bad, it's one letter. And click attach. It will automatically put in the information that you typed before. And so if you want to change it, then you can. For me, I just leave it the same and go attach. Hit the other guy, attach, and well, bam. This source is now attached to everybody on that record, or everybody that they brought up. So once you've attached the source, you can just hit the back arrow, and it should bring you back to the index version. Yep, so now we can go back to search results. And now we can look at more of the sources that we might want to attach to John Campbell. So another way you can use the search engine on the Familysearch app is to go to the ancestors personal page. So here I'm on John Campbell's personal page. The personal pages generally have like the first page be details, next is spouse, parents, and siblings, sources, memories, which are pictures, documents, stories that people put in, charts, which are ways to look at his pedigree or his family group sheet, then ordinances, which are done. We're going to go back to sources because, well, we're looking for sources for him, so we're going to hit the plus sign. And that says search by records, add source from a web page, or add a source with a photo. We can actually hit search record, this top one, and it'll ask if you want to search records on Familysearch or Ancestry. So if you want to do either one, I'm going to do Familysearch, and it's just going to plug in all the information that we have on John Campbell and plug that all in, and then you can use the search engine and look at it. Or you can click down below and edit the information. So I hope this information was helpful, and if you guys have any questions, I recommend you watch the video I've done before on Familysearch search engine. I will leave it in the link for it in the description below. If you have any more additional questions, please comment below. I'll get back to those as soon as I can. If you guys have any suggestions on what I should film, please also comment below. And I hope you all have a beautiful week. Bye.